Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for your patience. My sincere apologies about the delay. There was actually a little technical issue with GoToWebinar, but it seems to be fixed now, hopefully. So I hope you can all hear me clearly and see my screen. If not, I'm of course recording this session, and I also will be holding this webinar very soon again. So if you have missed it, or if you don't hear me clearly, I will be sending the recorded version after this presentation. And because we did lose a little bit of time now, I am going through it fairly quickly. I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Stephanie, the cruise sales manager at Discover the World, and I look after all our cruise products. And to give you a little bit of an overview what Discover the World is actually doing in Sydney, we are the GSA for a couple of products. As you can see on this picture, we are representing a couple of airlines in Australia, which you can see on the right bottom side. We are also the sales support for Expedia TAP for the travel agent affiliate program. Our fairly new products are convertible caravans and affordable car hire. Then we have already since a long time the Caesars Entertainment Group. And at the top of it, you can see all the cruise lines which we are representing in Australia and New Zealand. And in this webinar, I would like to tell you a little bit more about the All Leisure Group, which is a company based in England, and they are looking after 3 cruise lines, which is Swan, Hellenic, Hebridean Island Princess, and Voyages of Discovery. And at the beginning of the presentation, I focus on Swan, Hellenic and Voyages of Discovery at the same time, really, because they are very similar products. So they are comparable and they have the same concept. It's quite simple. Each of the companies has only one ship. The Swan Hellenic ship is called the MS Minerva, and the Voyages of Discovery is the MS Voyager. And I would like to come straight away to the key selling points of these 2 cruise lines. What differentiates us from other companies? First of all, both of them are small ships. So to give you an idea, the MS Minerva, which is Swan Hellenic, is only 350 passengers, and the MS Voyager here is 540 passengers. So it is a small ship which can get right into the center of each port. And that brings me also straight to our main unique point, really. We are very destination focused. So it's all about putting unique itineraries, exotic combinations together, ports which you probably won't cover with mainstream cruise lines, or at least not in this combination. So we are trying to visit also very remote places. And we also do our own shore excursions. So we have our own operation. We make them in-house. So that avoids that we are using the standard ground operators what all other big cruise lines use. So you are taken away from the tourist crowds. So again, it's a more authentic, unique experience you will have in the destination. We pay attention that we have really long port times in each harbor which we visit. We have even many overnight stays, so that's really important for us. And another thing which is very popular on our ships are the onboard lectures about the destination. We have famous speakers on the ship, and they are talking about the destination and bring it much closer to you. I will be talking about the onboard lectures a few slides later again, so that's why I'm just mentioning it here very shortly. And also the special interest workshops, I comment up on this a few slides later. And also remember, all our gratuities taxes are already included. So whenever you see our prices, they really are the final prices and include taxes and gratuities. And at the beginning, it's obviously interesting, where are we actually cruising? Both of these ships are currently in Europe. So we are cruising really around the whole continent. We basically cover almost every country you can imagine. In our brochure, we obviously have a nice overview, which is showing you the countries we are covering. And then in November, when it's getting cold in Europe, that's where we are coming across to the Caribbean, through the Panama Canal, up Mexico, and then we are going down to South America. The MS Voyager is going as far as Peru, and the MS Minerva is even going down to Chile, into the Chilean fjords. So have a look, their itineraries are fantastic. And we will be coming back in April next year. We make our way back to Europe. So we have another season in Europe. And then they just announced we're going to go back to Asia. So next year, November, we will cover in many Asian countries. Yeah, and what is the onboard ship like, the onboard life like on our ships? As I mentioned, the MS Voyager and the MS Minerva are both small ships. So we have on the MS Voyager 540 passengers. It is around 3.5 star. It was just fully refurbished in 2012. So the ship is really, really new, modern, and contemporary now. The average age group, I would say, is around 50 plus, slightly younger than the Swan Hellenic. So they are trying to target younger people now. And we have two major restaurants on board. It is open seating, so you don't need to worry about any reservation. And the veranda restaurant is in informal buffet style. So it's very casual, informal, and the Discovery restaurant, our other one, that is where you would dine, and it is an a la carte restaurant, and it is a little bit more elegant dining. And yeah, also here you don't need to worry about a reservation. It's all open seating, as I said. And we also have obviously a couple of lounges and a couple of bars where you can enjoy live music or an after dinner talk. So there are lots of different things offered. But what is important about to know our ships is that we are not comparable to big commercial ships. It's not really about a casino or big Broadway shows. We have entertainment, of course, the normal facilities like, you know, pool, jacuzzi, a sauna, a gym, and an amazing library, actually. But when it comes to the shows, it is all a little bit smaller. So we may have a classical concert or a stand-up comedian or an after-dinner talk, as I said, quiz or movie nights. So yeah, there's always something happening, but it is just of smaller scale, really. And when it comes to the cabins, to give you an idea, you can see a couple of pictures here. As I said, it was refurbished, the ship. So the cabins are very spacious, they're very bright, inviting, and you have really everything you need in the cabin. They're very modern and contemporary now. We have in total 260 cabins, and as you can see, the majority is outside with a window, but very popular are our balcony suites. We have 30 of those. Yes, so if you do want a balcony suite, it's always best to obviously book as far ahead and in advance as possible, as we are just one ship, so it is fairly quickly booked out. And most of the cabins, you can convert the beds into twin or queen beds, depending, you know, how the evening goes with your partner. You can push them apart or together. If that wasn't possible, it would tell you in the brochure, but otherwise they're usually convertible. So that should be no problem. Yeah, and now comparing it to the MS Minerva, very similar concept, really. It's a bit smaller, 350 passengers only, and the star rating is slightly higher. So we are around 4-star, a 4-star category. And the MS Minerva has a slightly higher age group as well. So I would say it's around 60 plus. When it comes to the restaurants and the dining, it's again just like the MS Voyager. We have open seating, and one restaurant offers an informal buffet style for breakfast and lunch. And we also have this one restaurant where you then would have an a la carte dining restaurant, and it is as well a bit more elegant here. Yeah, and the lounges and the bars offer, of course, also small shows, just like the MS Voyager. So we would have again like quiz or movie nights or concerts, live music, after dinner talk. So it's really pretty much the same. We have a beautiful library on the MS Maneuver. I was told it's the second best after the Queen Mary. So definitely have a look at the library when you are on board. Plenty and plenty of books. Many of the books are from our own onboard speakers as well. So you can definitely be here quite a while and be entertained there. And of course, we have a gym, a sauna, swimming pool also on this ship as well. Yeah, and coming to the cabins, we have only 193 cabins on the MS Maneuver. 100 are outside cabins again, and 45 inside cabins, and then we have the 44 balcony suites, which are again probably the most popular option. What is really handy on the MS Maneuver is that we have single cabins as well. So here you don't pay the single supplement. So just give us a call and ask us whether we still have that available if you have a single traveler, which we actually, we have quite a few single travelers. So let us know and we will always try to get that cabin for you. Also here, all the bedding can always convert into twin or queen bed. So that should work with all the cabins. Yeah, coming now to the onboard lectures. This is a very popular thing on our ships. We have many repeating clients because of those onboard lectures. So the speakers we have on board, we won already many awards for them. They're excellent speakers, which will be talking about the destinations, the culture, the history, the wildlife, the architecture. So they really bring that place to life. It is very interesting as they be talking in a very exciting and engaging way. So they definitely don't put you to sleep. So yeah, they are obviously included in our cruise fare. And on both the ships, the Voyager and the MS Maneuver, you can see in the brochure already who will be talking on your cruise. And in the back of the brochure, you have actually a biography of each speaker. So it gives you an idea who will be there, and many clients choose their cruise event depending on who's speaking. So this is a really important thing to mention. We also offer workshops on board, which are very popular. This could range from yoga, tai chi, painting, Zumba, or maybe photography class. They are also included in the price, and they are actually very popular because they offer quite a variety of things. And the after dinner talks I mentioned previously before, we may invite a famous politician or an author, could be a journalist or an actor, and they talk about very interesting topics in the lounge after you had dinner. So that's also very pleasant and exciting to hear about the destination or different topics really. Yeah, and what is included in our cruise fares? So whenever you see a price on Swan, Hellenic or Voyages of Discovery, all meals are included, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And as I said at the beginning, all port charges, taxes and gratuity are as well included. And we have the onboard lectures, workshops, of course, included in the price. And last is, you can see here the loyalty or back-to-back discount. So that means if you travel a second time with us, you will receive a discount of 5%. So just let us know when you request a quote, and then obviously we will already deduct the discount for you. Yeah, and in addition, this is probably one major point of differentiation between Voyages of Discovery and Swan Hellenic. The Swan Hellenic, we also include shore excursions already. So that's important to tell your clients, because that could, of course, be the major difference why Swan Hellenic is more expensive. Shore excursions are included, and it is a 4-star ship versus a 3.5-star ship. So these two points are really the differentiation. And Swan Hellenic includes even the gratuities on the shore excursion already. So you don't need to tip the driver or the guides. This is all taken care of already. So you don't really need any money additionally once you're on the cruise. We also offer complimentary laundrette and washers and dryers on the Swan Hellenic, so they are for free to use as well. Yeah, and at the end of these two cruise lines, I just wanted to show you a couple of examples for our itineraries. Of course, I can't be covering everything now because we have lots and lots of different ones, and they will be all in the brochure. But I tell you at least, I just show you some examples. As I said, we are currently in Europe, where we are covering the Mediterranean Sea, Baltics, all the unique islands, really everything you can imagine in Europe. And in November, I mentioned before, we are going to the Caribbean and South America. And I have here an example for the MS Voyager for the Caribbean itinerary, because I just wanted to show you this, because you can see that also here we are visiting much more unique ports than what the mainstream cruise lines do. Because they usually tend to go to islands like, you know, Bahamas, Grand Turk, all these islands where there is mainly purely just a beach and a few souvenir shops, but there is not that much to do or that much history. So usually we tend to pick destinations where there is actually a few things to see, or where you are unlikely to have been with the mainstream cruises. We are, for example, going to Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, and then we are making our way to Venezuela, where you can actually visit the Angel Waterfalls, the largest waterfalls in the world. And then via the ABC Island, we are going to Cartagena in Colombia. So this is a really nice itinerary, and the Swan Hellenic is really doing the similar thing. So this is just one example. And then also you can see our Mexico itinerary. So MS Voyager is going up Mexico, visiting the West Coast. And then we make our way down. So we have a few Panama Canal cruises actually. And then we are going down to Peru, where you can also, of course, visit Machu Picchu. And this is as far as MS Voyager is going. And a few itineraries in Europe which were very popular this year actually was Iceland. So this is a wonderful destination which luckily becomes more and more popular. So you have a look at this one. It's actually departing, we usually depart from England, from Harwich or other ports, but it is often the UK. And this one is in June for 13 days, and it's covering Bergen in Norway, which is a beautiful small place. And we also have Iceland and the Faroe Islands on this itinerary. So this was quite often requested, so that's why I have copied it into here. Another one which is really popular is our Madeira and Azores itinerary. This is a beautiful place, especially if you have clients who enjoy hiking. It is also departing from England, and we are going via France, Spain, Portugal, and then we are covering Madeira and the Azores Islands. So very unique places again, and yeah, beautiful to do any outdoor activity, hiking or cycling, for example. And Swan Hellenic, I wanted to show you as well. As you can see here, our Caribbean and South America itinerary. So the Caribbean one is almost exactly the same as the MS Voyager. So you can see that these two ships follow each other around. So if one is, let's say, sold out, you can definitely look at the other ship and have a look whether we still have availability on the sister company. So this is the Caribbean one, but here you can see that we are with Swan Hellenic going further down. So we are visiting even Chile and into the Chilean fjords. So this is a beautiful itinerary, which we'll be doing once. And you can combine it perfectly because our itineraries are all unique. So it is perfect to do back-to-back cruises. And what is very important as well for Swan and Voyages is that whenever we can time our stay with local events, we will try to do that. So, for example, when we will be visiting Scotland, we are in Edinburgh for the Edinburgh festivals. So we are staying overnight in Edinburgh. You can enjoy the festival, and then on the next day you're leaving. Of course, you're sleeping on the ship, but you can come back whenever you like. So this is really, really good on both ships. Many times we have overnight stays. So when everybody else is leaving, you can stay and eat in a local restaurant and actually enjoy the place properly. So this is definitely as well a very, a key selling point. And the last ones I wanted to show you is our France itinerary, where we are also leaving from England again, and then we are visiting, basically we are cruising along the French coast. When we are going to Bordeaux, we are even going up the river a little bit because our ship is really tiny, so we can go up the river. And then in Bordeaux, we also stay overnight. So definitely I recommend to eat in a restaurant there and enjoy the place properly. And if you look at the bottom left one, we are going along Norway into the White Sea on this itinerary. That's also a very unique one because most cruise lines go as far as Murmansk in Russia, but we are actually going into the White Sea, which your clients may have not seen yet either. And on the right bottom side, you can see our Croatia itinerary. That was without a doubt one of the most popular ones this year. So that's why for next year we do a similar thing. It's in September when it's not too hot anymore. And you will basically have a bit of Italy, and then you cruise alongside Slovenia, Croatia, Montenegro, back to up to Croatia. So this is a really, really good one, especially with a smaller ship, as you can go closer to the coastline and again stay overnight in several places. Yeah, and that brings me now to our last cruise line. So Swan, Hellenic and Voyages of Discovery. This was just a brief summary for both of them. And the third one, the third sister company is called Hebridean Island Princess. You may have not heard of it yet. It's a very unique product. It was actually in the olden days a car ferry, but it was converted into an ultra luxury cruise ship. It is that luxury that even the Queen charters this ship for her private holidays. So you can imagine that the standard is obviously, very high. And when you have a look at the pictures which I've copied in here, you can see that it is almost not, it doesn't look really like a ship. It's more like a little English country house or like a little Scottish castle. As you can see, we have, for example, even brick walls on the ship. And we are the only ship in the world which still has an open fireplace. So it is a very, very cozy atmosphere, and very Scottish as well. And with this little ship, we are very specialized when it comes to the destination. We are cruising from March to November, we are cruising around the Hebridean Islands. So basically, we will be covering Scotland, England, and Ireland as well. So obviously the islands in between and a little bit north of France. But this is the only area we specialize in. So if you have a client who would like to do these islands, Hebridean is absolutely beautiful because nobody else really does it in such detail. And we are a small ship, so we are cruising literally right along the coastline. We have only 50 guests on board. And our crew guest ratio is almost 1-on-1. So we have almost 40 crew members. So the service is obviously very exclusive and very personalized. It is an all-inclusive ship. So that means all meals and drinks on board are included. It goes even that far that if you decide to eat ashore, you will be reimbursed for it. So you literally, once you're on board, you don't need any money because it's all included. Also, when it comes to drinks, alcoholic drinks are included, wine, spirits. There are only a very few whiskeys which may be charged, but the majority of whiskeys even is included. And we also you have shore excursions, bicycle hire, transfers, gratuities, port taxes, all included. So you really don't need to pay anything in addition. Internet, Wi-Fi everywhere on board is as well available. Yeah, and as you can also see here, I've shown some examples of the cabins. We have only 30 cabins on board. They are all unique, so every cabin looks different. And they don't even have cabin numbers, they have cabin names to make it even more special and exclusive. And 20 cabins are double cabins and 10 are dedicated for single travelers. So as you can see, it is a single bed, but the advantage is that you do not pay the full single supplement. So it's not, you definitely save some money here. In the brochure, you can have a look. You can see the price differences. Yeah, so this gives you an idea. Everything what you need, of course, is in the cabin. Otherwise, the staff will look after you to help you out if you need anything. Here you have a few more examples. And some of our cabins have a full bath or a shower, but also this will be shown in the brochure on the deck plans. Whatever you prefer, then obviously you pick for your clients what they prefer. And also, as you can see, we use really luxurious products. So wherever in the bathroom or in the cabin, it's really just the best of the best. So they're really paying attention to detail here. And when it comes to the restaurant, we have only one restaurant and all guests eat together. And of course, the food is freshly sourced every day. It's freshly locally sourced because obviously in this area you have amazing meat and fish, of course. And they are usually making sure that whilst you dine or whilst you sleep, the ship is at anchor, so you can enjoy a really quiet dinner, so it's not very, wobbly. I mean, in this area you should be fine anyway, but they pay attention to this as well. And we have also occasionally barbecues and picnics, and which the staff really, really nicely prepares. But also you can see here the dinner is prepared very, very nicely, and it's a little bit more elegant dining. So this ship is definitely at night people like to dress up a little bit more elegant. Yeah, and also for Hebridean, we do have the onboard lectures. We have again the speakers on board because obviously Swan, Hellenic, Voyages of Discovery, and Hebridean, they can share that the advantage of having the speakers, and they talk about destination. So it's the same on the Hebridean Princess. It's included, of course, in the price. Many of those speakers will come even with you onto the shore excursions, but the major thing is that you actually learn about the history and you know where you're going and what has actually happened there. Yeah, this was just a very quick summary for Hebridean Princess. We have the new brochure as well for this product already. So please let us know if you need any brochures. You can obviously order them through me. With Hebridean, you definitely need a very affluent client. It can be 400 to 800 pounds probably a day. So it varies quite a bit depending on what season you're traveling and if you pick a 4-day itinerary or a 9-day itinerary, which is our longest one. So the prices can really, really vary. But in the brochure, it gives you an idea. And what I always say, please just take our rates, which you see on the brochures, only as an indicator, because we have a dynamic pricing system. So it can change. We can even be below the brochure price by far. We have offers for all three products. So Hebridean at the moment had incredible last minutes, and Swan, Hellenic, and Voyages have 99% of times an offer on. So if you call us or your preferred wholesaler, we will let you know the best rate of the day. These flyers are sent to you via newsletters. If you don't receive them, please let me know, because of course we make sure we put you onto the database. But all the emails you have registered this for this webinar, you should be receiving the newsletters anyway. And we are happy to co-brand them for you. Many agents like us to put their logo on top, and then they send it through their database. We can do that anytime. All you have to do is email me your logo in JPEG format, and we will prepare the flyer for you. Yes, so that really concludes my presentation. I have put my contact details in here. So this is my direct email and mobile phone, of course, and below you have our reservation team. Our reservation team is based in the Discover office in Sydney. And you also see our webpage below, which is the discovertravelshop.com.au. We will be soon launching the online booking engine, which means then finally you should be able to book online our cruises, and you should be able to find out the rate of the day straight away online. So you don't have to call us for that anymore, which will save a lot of time for you. Once this is obviously launched and up and running, we will be sending a newsletter out to inform you. Yeah, please let me know in the meantime if you need anything, any training, or you want to attend another of my webinar for Hurtigruten or variety cruises. I will be holding one of those soon. So yeah, but whatever you need, please let me know. I'm very, very happy to help you. And I hope I didn't put you to sleep. And I'm apologizing again for the delay. These technical issues sometimes very annoying. But I will be staying back now and answer your questions. So if you have any, please just feel free to type them into your control panel side on the right hand side, which you have. I will be answering them now, and otherwise thanks a lot for attending. I will be sending the presentation to you. And otherwise, if your colleagues have missed it, just please attend my next one. I do them on a regular basis. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.